Someone you referenced here was Don Cannon,
Yeah.
who's part of the imprint generation now.
Yes, sir.
And you are sporting a chain
Yes,
and
sir.
pendant that says
True.
Generation Now as
Mhm.
well during this interview. But let's talk about that for a minute here. What's it really like
Yeah.
being on that imprint?
I ain't gonna lie, for me it's fire because I'm a real student of the game. So it's like I grew up listening to Canon and Drum. Being there, it's like for me, just living out the childhood dream that I've always had of being at an imprint, a label with some heavy hitters that are like still monsters. And just to see how much they're still like on their A game 20 years later is so crazy to me. But even being in the studio, I ain't gonna lie, it's like being in high school damn near. You run into so many different artists and A&Rs, execs, people that I've known for mad long. It's just like full circle moments and things of that nature. But it's really like it's a dream come true. Like that's the best way I can put it for myself. I love it over there.
Now, speaking of those two, DJ Drama and Don Cannon, do you
Hmm.
recall the first mixtape from DJ Drama, or maybe the first song Don
Yeah,
Cannon produced way back when?
that's crazy. The first time I heard Cannon's tag was "Go Crazy," the remix though, with Hove on it. The first time I really tapped into drum was I think it was Dedication 3. I was real young at the time. It's probably like '08, '09. And I heard Dedication 3. And I really like that's when I really started paying attention to Gangsta Grills and DJ Drama. Like I'm pretty sure I heard the tag before, but Dedication 3 is when I really started tuning into the whole Gangsta Grills wave and seeing how important he's been to the culture because I started seeing and hearing Gangsta Grills and DJ Drama's name everywhere for real. Right after that.
Now, when it comes to Generation Now and that
Mhm.
imprint there, who do you have the closest bond with? Now, this could be somebody in front of the scenes like you, like another recording artist on that imprint, or this
Yeah.
could be somebody behind the scenes, like, maybe an employee of the
Mhm.
label and things of that nature.
My closest connection right now will have to be with Cannon and then Joe. It's Cannon and Joe. Yeah, Joe's right here. I can't see
He
Joe.
is off camera to the side of
But nah,
you.
yeah, it's Cannon and Joe for sure.
And did you know either of these people personally prior to signing with GN?
Nah, no relationship whatsoever.
And what's that bond like with both of you two?
Um,
Are you able to describe that?
for me and Cannon, it's funny because Cannon is like a big brother in the industry for me. Like he looks out for my personal interests. He gives me advice. When it comes to my relationship, to music, to when I'm feeling like discouraged and just out of whack, and it's like having a super mentor, a big bro in the whole industry, which is somebody that's also super legendary in the industry. So when I'm outside with him and I get the chance to see how much love he gets, it's always like, nah, this is fire. Even though you did a totally different thing than I did, I definitely aspire to be the type of legend you are. And as far as with Joe, Joe comes from a place of also being an artist before he was an A&R, and I get the chance to see how far I can take it with somebody that I just kind of met not too long ago, but seeing how much they care for me and my craft and my profession, and they see the potential in me and just bringing the potential to life. So for me and Joe, it's kind of like the same thing. He's just like a big bro in a whole different way though. Like Cannon is more so like music personal. Joe is like it's kind of the same thing, but just different aspects of it. Because Joe's music personal as well, but it's like I've been in your shoes before. Let's do this, but also check in on a personal. So they both like big bros in two different ways.
Now, hypothetically speaking, if you were stranded
Uh huh.
on an island
Yeah. Oh man.
with one person
Okay.
from Generation Now, who would it be and why?
Damn. Damn. Damn.
Could be anybody on the imprint, front of the scenes, behind the scenes, one person stranded on an island.
This is a crazy question. One per one person's strength. I got to take everything into consideration: eating, survival tactics, being able to create when I want to create.
Tom Hanks and Castaway vibes here.
I'm gonna probably have to say, damn. it might have to be Lake.
And why Lake of all those people on
Because
that imprint?
Lake's mind is different. I feel like Lake will find us a way if we're stranded on the island. Like, I'll be able to hold my own, but I feel like Lake will be able to hold his own in a way that's like far beyond what I'm even thinking about. So I'm gonna have to say Lake.